Cause y'all niggas, that's that shit I don't like. Yo, this make believe, rapping about my own life. That's me.
Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in media and entertainment throughout their diverse careers. He stars in the #1 TV series, The Walking Dead. And he has shared his journey as an Asian American actor through Kate's I Am campaign. Right, and she was an entertainment attorney until last year when she left her law practice to devote herself full-time as Kate's executive director. Please welcome Michelle Sugihara and Stephen Yun.
So let's hear it for Audi, Sony Pictures, Amazon Studios, Carnival, the Walt Disney Company, the IW Group and Billy Mata, Lionsgate, Warner Brothers, the Roddenberry Foundation, and Paramount. Thank you so very much for your time.
I also want to thank Kate's Director of Programs and Operations, Jess Ju. What we see on TV, in films, and online should reflect the world in which we live. Yes! We have helped to develop and promote both emerging and established artists and executives in the industry. We built strong relationships within networks, studios, guilds, companies, sponsors, and all of you, our community. And today, CAPE is the largest, most respected, and most influential professional API nonprofit organization in the entertainment industry. We're very proud of what we've accomplished.
But we also know that we've got a long way to go. Even as Hollywood is even more focused than ever on diversity, many of those conversations are still binary. Very rarely do we hear about AAPIs as part of that dialogue. And it's up to us to come together as a community to stand up and speak out. Right? Yeah. So as we celebrate CAPE's silver anniversary, tonight's program is a little different from a typical annual dinner. This evening, you're going to hear 3 inspiring TED-style talks by AAPI entertainment industry leaders who will speak about CAPE's past, present, and future. We've also got some fun ahead with a special performance of Press Visitation Magic by David Kwong. Yeah. We've got a lot in store, so let's get started with our first speaker.
When Wenda Fong began her television career, there were few Asian Americans and few women in the entertainment industry. So you know that the number of Asian American women is pretty slim.
Yeah. Wenda blazed her own path and became a successful television producer and executive. Her credits include a huge range of projects, from producing Emmy telecasts and specials featuring 4 U.S. presidents to overseeing shows such as American Idol, So You Think You Can Dance, Hell's Kitchen, Master Chef, and The X Factor, to name just a few or all of them. But equally remarkable among Wenda's accomplishments is her strong leadership in nurturing, championing, and paving the way for other Asian Americans in entertainment. She co-founded Asian Americans for Fair Media, was president of East-West Players, served on the board of the Association of Asian Pacific American Artists, and is the founding co-chair of the DGA Asian American Committee.
We can honestly say that without Wenda, we might not be here tonight. Because 25 years ago, back when she was only 4 years old, she co-founded CAPE. Here to talk about CAPE's earliest beginnings and recent past, please welcome Wenda Fong.
25 years ago, I used to joke that there were more space aliens on TV or film than Asians. We were invisible. For those of us who've been doing this for 3, 4, 5 decades, it was an isolating experience. It was as if we were the extraterrestrials on a planet on the far side of the moon called show business. Over the years working in production, whenever I saw a person of color, and especially an Asian, on a set, at a studio, at a screening, or at a guild meeting, I would make a beeline to that person and introduce myself. Inevitably, they would say, "Isn't it amazing that we're the only 2 Asians in the entire business?" And I would say, actually, no, there's lots of us. There's Fritz Friedman, there's Chris Lee, there's Jen Z, there's Janet Yang, there's Those conversations made me realize that we weren't just invisible on screen, we were invisible to each other. On October 15, 1991, Fritz Friedman, Chris Lee, and I gathered 19 friends and colleagues and community activists in the back room of a Chinese restaurant, albeit a very elegant, swanky Mandarin restaurant in Beverly Hills. We pitched the idea of forming an organization for us to meet, network, and support each other. Immediately, everyone said that they would support us. There, we came up with our name, the Coalition of Asian Pacifics in Entertainment, CAPE. I remember saying that I loved it, and I thought we could be the CAPE Crusaders! That didn't stick. But certainly the passion of being Crusaders has. 3 weeks later, we had our first mixer, and there were 90 of us. 90 of us working in television and film. We were producers, directors, writers, actors, executives. And some of whom are here tonight, which is so wonderful. It was exhilarating, fun, and even emotional. Some had tears in their eyes because they realized that they were not in this alone. It was a moment when we became visible to each other as a community. As pioneers in this industry, we had to cut our own paths. With Kate, we wanted to connect, educate, and empower AAPIs so that we could change the face of TV, film, entertainment, and affect the next generation to be visible. Over the years, Kate has done that with our programs, workshops, panels, seminars, and mixers, helping each other and helping the next generation so that they could follow our paths and stand on our shoulders. Of course, we knew that by combining forces, we could help advance the careers of AAPIs in a business where who you know matters just as much as what you can do. But we also understood the possibilities went way beyond any one person's success. Because film, TV, digital media, all of it influences how we are perceived by others and even how we see ourselves in the world. 3 years ago, we created the Cape I Am campaign, which shines a light on AAPI role models who are pioneers, groundbreakers, and influencers with inspirational videos of them sharing their personal stories. We had no idea how wide the impact of these videos would be. Leanne Kim, our good friend, and former executive director and founder of the San Diego Asian Film Festival, took her 2 young boys to a Korean heritage camp last summer in, of all places, Michigan. 90% of these attendees are adopted. The majority live in areas in the U.S. where they are one of the only Asians at their school, and most knew little to nothing about their culture. They had identity issues, feelings of not belonging, and consequently, low self-esteem, even suicidal thoughts. One night, the camp had culture night, and Leanne was overwhelmed because the curriculum was our Cape I Am videos. And the kids sparked to them. They especially loved the one featuring Ki Hong Lee from The Maze Runner. The kids identified with him. They looked up to him and said things like, he's good looking. As it had never dawned on them that Asian boys could be attractive. She specifically told us this because most of the kids, they thought they were ugly. Research shows that if kids don't see themselves represented, if we are not visible, it influences the way they feel about themselves. So what I learned is that Kate makes a difference, not just for those in the industry, but for everyone, everywhere, and of all ages. Pretty remarkable, right? For the first 18 years, we were a completely volunteer organization. Finally, in 2009, we hired our first executive director. Today, we are fully staffed with 2 people. We operate on a fraction of the budget of comparable nonprofits. Right. We do so much with so little. Can you imagine what we could do with more? Yes, there's still a lot to be done, but we've come a long way, Cape Crusaders! Our mission of coming together as a community to empower each other and ourselves has been our driving force for a quarter of a century. And together, we will keep shining a light on our community, making the invisible visible. And none of this could have been possible without every board member, advisor, counselor, and staff member who has been part of Kate's 25-year journey. And here they are in the order that they have served.
into millions of living rooms across the country. But even with Fresh Off the Boat now in our third season, we know we still have a long way until Asian American stories and characters are fully represented in entertainment.
That's right, there's us and Dr. Ken, but we don't want another 20 years to go by before there's another network show starring AAPIs. And that's why CAPE is so important and so relevant today. We were both excited to be part of CAPE's I Am campaign to showcase AAPI talent. Randall not only appeared in them, he was tapped to write the first season after winning the CAPE New Writers Award.
Yes, CAPE has been a great source of support throughout my career, and I know it's been the same for many others. Let's take a look at a video that highlights some of CAPE's programs and events that have engaged, informed, and developed the new generations of AAPIs in entertainment.
Deeply honored, grateful, and simply thrilled to be accepting the Hope Award from the City of Los Angeles.
absolutely vital to the entertainment landscape today because it shepherds so many young Asian writers and gives them the resources they need to really thrive in an industry that could be otherwise really closed off in terms of mentorship, in terms of advice, in terms of support. And I think the entertainment landscape is just richer because of it.
You just saw over the last 2.5 decades, CAPE has built an impressive array of programs and signature events that are helping to change the face of entertainment and media. Constance mentioned that I was honored with CAPE's New Writers Award in 2010, and I can personally attest to what a huge resource the program is.
And I think we can all agree that CAPE's ability to bring AIPIs in the industry together is unparalleled, whether to advocate for fair representation or to advance AAPI careers, or to help others in crisis around the world. And it's needed now more than ever when greater diversity and inclusion is actually being sought, and we have a real opportunity to make a difference. Environment is dancer, choreographer, producer, and Dancing with the Stars judge, Carrie Ann Hinnon.
Invaluable in all aspects of my career. As we all know, this business is challenging, and the tools I was given in that workshop have continued to help me grow in all directions. Not to mention, I'm still working for ABC, and ABC gave me my first job to produce my first pilot. So that's what I'm talking about. They are making top network studio executives and casting directors proved invaluable. They gave us real advice, practical and honest feedback about the craft and the business of entertainment. And on top of that, I got a chance to work with some very talented Asian American actors. Randall Park right there. And all of us shared not only similar dreams and aspirations, but a similar culture. That gave me a stronger sense of community, and in turn gave me more confidence. This is what CAPE does. CAPE has programs that actually help to grow our careers, give us a stronger sense of community while doing so. As one of the first diversity-focused groups in Hollywood, CAPE has become the longest running and most influential meeting place of Asian American Pacific Islanders in the entertainment industry. Woo! Right? It increases outreach and influence to millions of people and has fostered and advanced the entertainment careers of many people like myself. Programs like CAPE's I Am campaign, the new Fellowship Writers program, the educational programs, lectures, industry screenings, social events, they have all created what is an extraordinary network for AAPIs in this industry. I mean, look around this room. Do you not agree? Yeah. CAPE is committed to giving a voice and a forum to emerging and established writers, producers, directors, agents, executives, and other talent, and has helped to increase the relevance and empowerment of AAPIs in the entertainment industry. We are committed to our strategic plan and mission of educating, connecting, empowering Asian American Pacific Islanders and the leaders in the entertainment and media industries. Our new Writers Fellowship and Awards program is one of the most successful of CAPE's programs. And while most people just have discussions about how to increase our presence in film and television and put an end to whitewashing, CAPE is actually doing something about it. Developing Asian American Pacific Islander writers is crucial to increasing the opportunities to have our faces seen, our voices heard, and our stories told. We need specific characters written into scripts so that they don't get cast in a way that could lead to even more whitewashing. CAPE's Fellowship is focused not only on the craft of writing like most others, but spends the bulk of the time teaching practical business skills and the knowledge that the writers will actually need to be successful. Fellows get candid advice and insight on what it takes to be an Asian American writer in Hollywood, which has its own distinct set of challenges and experiences. We are extremely proud of the high success rate the new Writers Fellowship. The majority of the fellows have had their films optioned, produced, landed representation, and even have staffed up on shows like Hawaii 5-0, Blacklist, Patience, Minority Report, Cougar Town, Apple, Allegiance, and Rainy B. There's a lot. And we're especially proud of Aaron Ho, who was story editor, co-producer on Disney Channel's hit Austin and Ellen. Our writers program is so successful that some of the networks and studios have had their own diversity programs after Capes. And this is exciting and encouraging for all of us. For me personally, it's very encouraging when I turn on the TV now and I see so many AAPIs doing their thing. In my 3 decades of working in this business, I see the progress that we've made. Sure, there is still much more progress to make, but we need to celebrate what we've accomplished as well. And that is what the I Am campaign does. Launched in 2014, this digital role model campaign was developed to celebrate Asian Pacific American Heritage Month and features AAPI role models telling their own stories to inspire the future generations. The first season was the largest AAPI campaign in YouTube history. Internet! And the fourth largest nonprofit campaign on YouTube ever. They are used as teaching tools and an important part about making our voices heard, celebrating our successes, and inspiring and exciting the imagination of future generations. It's an exciting time to be an Asian American Pacific Islander of entertainment. There are more AAPIs in television now than ever before. We are in front of the camera, we are behind the scenes. We are acting, we are dancing, we are singing, we are expressing our incredible uniqueness in so many ways. But there's more work to be done because there are more stories to be told. There is more artistry to be expressed. And tonight, I spoke about the present. And there's no better time than the present to get involved. Leap into action, become a Cape Crusader, and help us build a better future for all of us.
Kelly Hu and Leonardo Nam.
Firsthand how this organization supports and promotes AAPIs in entertainment. CAPE does this with a greater mission of influencing how our community is perceived in American culture, and that's what inspired our next performer to join us tonight.
When David Kwong saw 3 Asian American kids become the butt of the joke on this year's Oscars, yeah, he got angry. I got angry too. I hope you guys got angry too. And he got really angry. He wondered how this racial stereotyping could happen. Not just in this day and age, but on the telecast that was specifically striving to showcase diversity. He wanted to take action, but he knew that no amount of magic could simply create a greater understanding of diversity and inclusion out of thin air.
So David called CAPE. Specifically, he called board member Dan Lin and said he wanted to be part of CAPE's efforts to advance diversity in entertainment. He offered to get involved, raise awareness, raise money. So he's here tonight to do all 3. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be dazzled by the magic of David Kwong.
Working? Can you guys hear me? All right, okay. What's up, hey? How you doing? My name is David Kwong. I'm both a magician and a puzzle maker. I write crossword puzzles for the New York Times. That basically means, thank you, yeah, okay, one person in the world. That means I've basically taken the world's nerdiest hobbies and combined them. Parents are proud of me. I think that all magic tricks are puzzles. I think they are ways of challenging your brain. They test you to figure out the solution. So tonight I have a little bit of a puzzle for all of you. Now the first piece of the puzzle is right here. which is the furriest of all household fruits, the kiwi. Does anyone know what the kiwi used to be called?
Bingo!
I don't know what that, Winnebago, did you say? The bagel? No, incorrect. It used to be called the Chinese gooseberry. Yes. And then in 1962, New Zealand changed it to the kiwi. So even this fruit has undergone whitewashing. It's indigenous to China. I'm going to hand this out for inspection. You can pass it around if you want. Just please be very gentle with the magic fruit. Don't break it. Don't eat the kiwi fruit. But I'm going to pass this out. Would you mind taking the furry fruit there? Just make sure there aren't any like holograms or trapdoors or wires coming out of the ground. Cool? All right. The other thing I need, I know this is a little weird of a request. I need to borrow a single dollar bill. I have one, but trust me, it's better if I borrow one of yours. Does anyone else have a dollar bill? Actually, I think I'll need a lot of dollar bills. People have. Oh, you got one here? Okay, thank you. I'm going to come down and see what kind of money I can get out of you guys. Does anyone else have a dollar? Oh, you got one? I don't want a $20 dollar. Okay, let me check over there. I'm going to give this back. All right. Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm going to who did I get this from you? Okay, can I have you sign this bill for me? Yeah, I'm going to have you just initial right over George Washington. This is a federal offense, so we're going to keep this as a safe room here. Okay, then flip over the bill. Flip over the bill. Yep. And I want you to quickly draw your favorite dinosaur on the back of that bill. Just quickly draw a dinosaur. Doesn't have to, just like anything from the late Cretaceous period is fine. Just quickly draw. All right, well, everybody's going to see it. So, I'm going to come up and show the camera. So we have a TC on the front, and we have, can we see this? It looks like a dog, basically. A prehistoric dog of sorts. Can you see that there? All right. Now, you trust me? You trust me? Yeah, okay. You trust me. We'll have it verified in a little bit. Now, this is the first trick that I ever learned when I was a little kid, and I do it in every show. So bear with me as I perform the trick I learned when I was a 7-year-old kid. It involves folding the bill once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. I practice this in front of the mirror. I'll try not to flash anything. And that's not what you think. Flashing is when you expose part of the trick. But if I've done this correctly, you can see the bill starts to look a little bit different because your $1 bill has now turned into 1,000 Korean won. Yes. All right. That's for you. You might have lost about 14 cents on that transaction. All right. In a moment, I'm going to talk about Scrabble, because that's what we're here to talk about, right? Scrabble and puzzles and word games.
It's the best game ever.
But Scrabble is the best. It's the perfect game. It's the perfect game. But where is that? Where's the Chinese gooseberry? Who ended up with it? Oh, okay. Well, I don't. You had it last, young man. Would you join me on stage? No, but I'm coming anyway. What's your name? What is it? Hudson. Everybody give Hudson a round of applause for joining us on stage. Hudson. Check out that knife. Is that a legit knife? There's nothing funny about it. It's plastic, yeah, but there's no like secret compartments in it. All right. Hudson's keep me honest. Okay, Hudson, look, I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna slice into the fruit here, but I'm gonna have you do the difficult part, which is break off the top. Would you just break off the top of that kiwi? What do you see buried there in the fruit? Yeah, what is that? What is that, Hudson? It's a dollar bill, and is there a prehistoric dog on the front of that dollar bill? And do you see the initials TC? Hold that up for everybody to see, Hudson. All right. Yeah. Wait, I'm going to give you a napkin. Hold on. I've come up quick with napkins. It's fine. Hudson, it is very wet. Yes. I gotta laugh at everybody. Hudson, here's a napkin for you. It looks like a prehistoric cat. Well, I'm going to return this for my 1,000 Korean won. Everyone give Hudson a round of applause. already put it deep in your bag. I'll just give you the bill back. That's fine. You get both. You made a real profit on that. I love it. Okay. All right. All right. But we're going to talk about Scrabble. I promised you we'd talk about Scrabble. The perfect game. Who plays Scrabble? Who plays Scrabble? Raise your hand. Yes. People play Words with Friends? Yeah. Bananagrams? Yeah. We got some grammars in the house? All right.
Pokemon Go!
Pokemon Go. All right. Now, it's been an exciting year for Scrabble because a lot of words have been added to the dictionary, and I'm going to show you what they are. Some of the new words you can now play. Hashtag in Scrabble. You can also play selfie is legit. Frenemy is a good Scrabble word now. Frenemy. You know what? I'll give you the definition of this word. You tell me what the word is. The definition is a close, non-sexual relationship between two men. Romance is now allowed in Scrabble. Very good. You can also put, okay, you know the boat, the kayak. The kayak, you can now spell it like this. Q-A-J-A-Q. Believe it or not. No. Yeah. But who would ever use their blank on a second Q, am I right? I mean, come on. Now, who can tell me what the technical term is in Scrabble when you use all 7 of your tiles at once? It is called a bingo. I don't know why it's called a bingo, but it is. And what happens? How many points do you get when you use all 7 of your tiles? You get a 50-point bonus. So the professional Scrabble players, and yes, there are professional Scrabble players, they bingo 4 or 5 or 6 times a game, right? Here's how they do it. I'm going to give you a little demonstration. Now, if you use all 7 of your tiles, you get a 50-point bonus. In Words with Friends, if you use all 7 of your tiles, you get a 35-point bonus, which means that it's not worth it. Words with Friends is a shitty game. But Scrabble, you get a 50-point bonus. Here's how it works. If you get the Z or the Q or the X, these high point value letters that you might get excited about, you actually want to get rid of them right away. Get rid of those letters and end up with easy letters that you can anagram and form 7-letter words with. So, for the best letters you can get are T-I-S-A-N-E. Tisane. It's a type of herbal tea. Now, you can add almost any 7th letter to these 6, and you can bingo and get your 50-point bonus. Let me show you what I mean. Would you give me a letter, please? That's not Q or Y. Okay, I heard P and I heard X. All right, I'll do them up. Okay. So for X, you can do sextane and get a 50-point bonus. Believe it or not, this is also a Scrabble word. Anti-sex gets you your 50-point bonus. And you said P, right? With a P, you can spell sapiens, spinate, and you can also spell panties, which is a fine choice. But I'm going to try one more thing for you. I'm going to put 3 bingos on the board, and it's going to be a little more difficult. It's going to be 8-letter bingos, and I'm going to show you the special scoring significance of them. So the first is going to be balsamic, all right, and adjusted. And the last one is going to be, yes, lemmings. Lemmings. Okay, now, the values for the letters never change. We have 3 points for a B, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, and 3 for a C. That's 1, 2, 8, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2, and 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, and 1. That's all scratch. All right. Wait until the end. I'm going to take these 3 8-letter words, that I've just converted to numbers, right? I just converted these to numbers, and I'm going to add them vertically. So the C plus the D plus the S is 3 plus 2 plus 1. That is a 6. And just to the left of that, we have 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. Now, before I began this little experiment, there were some puzzle pieces in play, right? There was the Chinese gooseberry, the kiwi, which you cut open, did you not, sir? Yes, and what did you find inside? It was a $1 bill, yes, and that came from Tia. It came from you, right? And you signed it, right? And is it drying off somewhere? Yeah, would you fish it out for me? Yeah. Because I think you'll find in the lower left-hand corner or the upper right on the George Washington side, you'll find there's an 8-digit serial number. Does it end in a 4-6? Does it end in a 4-6? Wait, you need your sexy library glasses. Yeah. That's the wrong person. Someone give us some light with a phone. Does that end in a 4-6? Yes, it does. What's just to the left of the 4? To the left of the 4, the hundredths column. It's a 5, because 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. What's to the left of the 5? A 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. What do we have after that? Should be another 5. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. Now what do we have? We have a 2, because here's where it gets interesting, folks. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 3 is 12. Carry the 1, mind you. Carry the 1. What do we have after that? We have a 5. 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5. And last but not least, we have a 3 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. Yes, 5, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5. Is that an extra $1 bill? I think it does. Thank you.
Please welcome Freddie Wong and D-Trix.
Make sure you dance when you go out there. So nerve-wracking. Oh! Keep it alive! Give it up for Freddie Wong. Our next speaker, being you are drunk. Go Bean! Cheer for Bean real quick. Bean, you are awesome. You don't know who he is, he's that guy. Our next speaker lives on the cutting edge of entertainment and technology. In 2007, a young Chinese man named Justin Kahn garnered attention when he took the concept of social media to a whole new level by webcasting entire life, 24/7 via Justin.tv. In 2011, Kevin Lin shifted this platform into gaming and co-founded Twitch, which has become the world's leading social media platform and community for gamers and geek culture.
Every month, over 100 million users from around the world tune into Twitch with 10 million daily viewers watching an average of nearly 2 hours a day. These users view, interact, and live through video games, gaming culture, and the creative arts around the world, creating the world's newest multi-billion-dollar sports industry, building new enterprises, forging new opportunities for diverse creative voices. So, please join me in welcoming the co-founder and COO of Twitch, Kevin Lin.
I'm not really sure how to follow the magic show. Oh, quick, who's got $20 We're all broadcasting our lives today across Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook. But back in March 2007, that wasn't the case. Not everyone had a smartphone, not everyone had a voice. And most importantly, not everyone could reach an audience. My college friend, Justin Kahn, thought differently. So, in March 2007, he embarked on an ambitious path to stream his life 24/7 as a personal reality show. That show became Justin TV. Mobile broadband at the time wasn't quite there yet, but he tried to fight that. And in doing so, sparked a new way to create content, live casting. They soon realized that others were just as much in love with their own reflection as Justin is. I can say that because he's not here. So we opened the platform for public use in late 2007, which sparked a trend of a different kind of show, literal live broadcasting of your life. I'll never forget that day, because it defines so much of what became the open video internet that we know today. YouTube was 2 years post-acquisition by Google, while Justin TV were just rounding around 500,000 viewers. But with the opening of the platform, suddenly anyone could broadcast live and without borders. From I Just Steam to Fashionistas to roller derby battles to the Jonas Brothers. Yes, Nick Jonas was on Justin TV before he became so dreamy. We started seeing everyday people and actors and artists broadcast their craft to the world for free, thanks to Silicon Valley. But as capricious start of life would have it, we got bored. We weren't users of our own platform. That was tragic. So we decided to shift the platform to something we cared about. And in true serendipitous fashion, StarCraft 2 beta came out. We were obsessed. This was spring of 2010. And somehow we got access. And so then we decided to transform what was this generalized streaming platform into a platform for the global community of gamers. What began as 100 concurrents became 1,000, then 50,000, then 250,000, all around video games. And I know some of you are still very shocked that people will only watch other people play games, but it's happening, and it's happening all around the world. And what made lightning strike for us at Twitch wasn't just the global reach, but the unique interactivity. It was that we suddenly gave a voice to people in an industry that was completely underrepresented. Fast forward just a few years later, and competitive electronic sports, or esports as we call it, is one of the most talked about trends and bigger in audience than most traditional sports. The finals of these events, like the League of Legends World Championship Series, which is happening next weekend, reach more people than even the NBA Finals Game 7. Individual channels with a production team of 1 are now bigger than many television networks. But there's an interesting thing about esports that's particularly relevant here tonight. Is that the top professional gamers hail from the East. They look like you and me. They play on a global stage and they absolutely dominate. Taiwan, Korea, China, Japan. Their players consistently win world championships, winning much of the estimated $250 million in prizes that's been available in the last 10 years. But you probably didn't know that. You don't know their stories because they're really yet to be told. And I sincerely hope that changes soon. So streamers, their talent, their producers, their programmers, their distributors, their community marketers, altering their show based on audience feedback in real time. And these control threats attract more than 100 million people every month who visit Twitch, with 10 million people tuning in and watching nearly 2 hours each day. And in some countries, like Japan, they're watching over 5 hours a day. That means it's essentially replaced their television consumption. And all of this has enabled a new creative economy, enabling thousands of creators to make a living on streaming, while several actually make millions of dollars a year. So when I think about the future of video and the future of our industry, I'm so excited about this global audience of strangers, all unified by a common passion for gaming, for geek culture, and for each other. Yet we realize that we must continue to innovate and extend in our platform as the interests of our audience are more diverse than just video games. Our community continues to surprise us with experiments, and we've even taken on a few of our own. One such experiment, created by one of our community members, was Twitch-based Pokemon. Sounds like something you guys have experienced. Extremely weird and phenomenon. But when you have a community as rabid as ours, it's impossible not to engage them. You see it with events like Twitch-based Pokemon. An unintentional social experiment testing our ability to connect and collaborate with millions of strangers around the world. A stranger connected a Game Boy playing a single-player role-playing game, so meant for one player, Pokemon Red, to our chat system. And our viewers were able to issue commands up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start, resulting in absolute chaos. And over the course of 16 days, we saw over 9 million people collectively attempting to beat this single-player Game Boy game from the 90s. And this entire community of strangers came together from around the world to play, but they also, while they were doing that, crafted their own story. via chat in between commands. North America went to sleep, Europe picked up the fragments, then the pen fell to Asia and Australia, then back to North America, and rinse and repeat for 16 days. Yet somehow this cohesive story, created in multiple languages around the world, became almost this mythology, replacing even the existing canon of the characters involved, in this case, the Coco, and Love. And as far as I know, this is still one of the biggest collaborative, crowdsourced storytelling pieces built on this creative paper. And on top of that, new methodology for game development is born, one that allows audiences to play along with players. So this was such an interesting phenomenon for us, and so different from what we were used to on the platform, that then we thought, well, what else can we do? And so we thought, can we actually take old television shows and put them on Twitch and see if that works? Can we make old content new again in a different experience? So it's a big risk, because everyone else in the industry is obsessed with the newest, shiniest content. But we decided to go with something different. So we ran a marathon to launch our first blue vertical after gaming. This was Twitch Creative, a category meant to showcase the creative process of artists and makers and streaming. Cue Bob Ross, we can rest in peace. Joy of Painting, a public access show meant to teach people about the joy of painting. 6 million people tuned in for this 7-day marathon to interact with Bob as if he was actually there teaching you to paint with beautiful cerulean blues and yellow ochres. And suddenly Bob Ross, this guy who's been around, hasn't been around in the public eye for a long time, becomes mainstream again. And content that was nearly 30 years old, that was never intended for this generation, catapulted culture and sharing this creative process through live video. Users even wrote in conclusion of the marathon, begging us to continue the marathon because they couldn't sleep anymore without listening to Bob's sweet, soothing narrative. This really validated that we can make old new again, and that big niches like art can be the next mass market category. And this is especially true because there's not really a mass market anymore. Consumers are increasingly comfortable with their own personalities and their diversity. But I believe that platforms like Twitch offer an interesting alternative for entertainers, something that is more akin to the traditional television experience that at least I grew up with, has evolved for the internet. I love binge watching, but I feel it is counter to the traditional weekly episodic experience. To me, as I watch out of sync with my friends, this means loss of water cooler conversation, the anticipation, the suspense, the theory crafting between episodes. What if users did tune in online for participatory weekly episodes that didn't have the traditional requirements like commercial breaks or even show length? What if in 1 week it was a 20-minute episode that focused down on one particular epic battle, and the next week was a 70-minute episode that focused on the unwinding of the love trapezoid that led to the blood battle? What if a show can evolve in real time based on how the audience is responding every single week? In short, how would you evolve your storytelling? Your ability to create different styles of suspense and engagement with fewer restrictions and no borders. So entertainment is evolving faster than ever before, and options for creators are vast, and options for audiences are vast. Whether live, or post-produced, or virtual, no matter what audience you care about, there are many options to each of them. The current system works to some extent, and we as Asian Americans have recently seen more progress here as shows from Fresh Off the Boat to films from Justin Lin and John Chu through that system. But here's a new world that says instead of waiting for someone else's system, that we should, can, and have successfully built our own. Anyone can be a writer, a creator, a producer, a programmer. Anyone can reach an audience around the world. Of course, you'll work for it. But you no longer have to wait for that call because you are the casting director. You don't have to wait for that feedback on your script because your audience is your best collaborator. In organizations like CAPE, prove by mutually supporting our community of consumers that are creators and creators that are their own empires is so vital. Ourselves. All of you in this room have the ability and the credibility to have impact. I'm excited to see continued experimentation across all media available with the right lens into the cultures we actually grew up in. So please, keep telling your own stories in your own way. through whatever medium we choose. Thank you. I'm honored to be here. Happy 25th to Kate. Have fun.
Our next presenters are groundbreaking leaders in their respective careers. He stars on the CBS hit series Hawaii Five-0, and his production company 3AD currently has 3 pilots in development. She is the first ever Chinese-American woman elected to Congress. Please welcome Kate I Am role model Daniel Day Kim and Congresswoman Judy Chu.
But first, I want to take a moment to thank her for her leadership as chair of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, as well as founder of the Congressional Creative Rights Caucus, an organization whose mission is to advocate for copyright protections for those in the creative industry. We appreciate everything you're doing as you represent us in Washington, Congressman Chu.
It's my honor to stand up and speak out on behalf of the AAPI community, the creative community, and especially the AAPI creative community.
Well, CAPE cannot function without the support of generous donors. We ask that you make a contribution to ensure that CAPE can continue these fantastic programs for the next 25 years. CAPE is a 501c3, so your contribution is tax deductible. And also, some of you may also work for companies that will match donations to nonprofits. And if that's the case, we urge you to apply for those funds. We will put every penny to work supporting CAPE's mission. We are asking for your help to further our programs, to support this mission, to give our community a voice that affects us now and into the future. And like all the speakers tonight, the CAPE team and board members, I'm sure you all have a similar personal story. We can stand together to make a difference, and it starts tonight. Yeah.